I'm Red Beard the Hippy here with Snot, who is doing a show in Colorado Springs tonight. I have Mikey, Andy, and Jamie. Jamie had a birthday last night, so happy birthday.
Yep. Thank you very much. And happy birthday to you too.
Well, I appreciate that. So, I kind of wrote down some questions and I kind of put a few of them to memory.
Okay.
So, I was seeing that you guys haven't been able to do very long tour runs because you guys have regular jobs.
Yep.
So, what are some of the regular jobs that you guys have?
Me, I drive a semi-truck. And
I work in the oil fields back home, so
yeah,
pretty tied up.
And he has a day job too. He's
a
a
birthday clown for a magician. An assassin for hire if you pump drums.
Well, because I've been watching a lot of the different interviews and seeing what people have been saying, so trying to come up with some different questions.
Cool.
So I hadn't seen anybody ask that one, so I thought it'd be interesting that...
You just outed us, thanks.
Well, I mean...
We're not rock stars.
Well, rock stars by night, regular day job by... But no, it's also kind of interesting that
people don't buy themselves, man.
McDonald's is expensive now. So I was seeing that, like, the way that you found Andy, how does this run with him feel different than the other ones that you guys have done in the past, or or each one special to?
No, this is the real one. The other ones were with Carl Bensley. You know, he did some shows with us and tours, and he's a very good friend. But this one just right now, this time feels the timing's right. I mean, we're selling shows out. The fans are coming in. The fans are younger.
Oh,
it seems like people really care this time. And the other time we were just kind of doing it because we're friends, we wanted to play together. But it wasn't as exciting as it is now. And we found the singer we've been looking for 27 years.
Yeah.
I think what Mikey's saying too, like I think the timing of just that whole generation coming back around, all those bands from back when Snot was doing their thing, that all these bands are coming back and doing festivals and going on tour again, and it's blowing up, you know.
It seems
really
like
cool
our time, the 90s bands are just,
yeah.
It's cool again. So
because I've been seeing a lot of the tours of the 90s bands.
You look at the Deftones, what they're doing, it's insane.
Mudvayne's
out there.
Mudvayne, yeah.
They're killing it.
I would say Head PE, but they've never really left. They've been going strong forever.
Roots back at it too.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a whole generation kind of is like, all right, we're all going back out. We want to do this again.
Yeah.
So obviously with the sellout shows, and like I know I watched the first one, or your first show when you guys came back. How easy was it to hide that Andy became the vocalist?
You mean before we played our first show?
Yeah.
We really concentrated on keeping it a secret. Mainly because we didn't want Andy to be scrutinized and people hunting him down on his social media before we even started. And we knew he was good. We knew he was going to blow people's heads off. And we just wanted to save that for the first show, to reveal who he is and let him judge him based on that, you know. And
give me a shot, man. Give me a shot.
Yeah. And we did a really good job how we rolled it out. We kept it very secretive.
Which is actually impressive with social media today and how everybody can find out every little thing before it happens.
Yeah.
Like if you look at sports, they'll find out they know who all is getting drafted before it's revealed. So,
but now it's wide open, and here he is and kicking ass.
Well, and he has like the charisma and the energy, and he brings his own way of doing it.
100%.
But I also like how he also has like the Lynn shirt or.
That's kind of like what this band meant to me for so long. You know, I kind of feel not obligated, but it's just something that I want to do. I want to take a little piece of Lynn with us while we do this, if we can. You know, just some kind of thing to kind of show that he's still right here, man. We're you know.
The respect style.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. And it's not like gimmicky or anything like that. I love doing it. It makes me feel good about doing what I'm doing with this band. So.
Yeah, man. Respect for our brother, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wore my Straight Up shirt, which impressed you that you hadn't seen one of those yet.
First thing I saw, I was like, "Whoa, you have Straight Up, cool."
A friend of mine gave it to me, and it's kind of been hanging in the closet, and I'll bring it out every now and then. And a few friends are kind of jealous that I have one, and they don't. But
I mean, we bring that spirit. Andy brings the spirit. I mean, every night we play, Lynn's with us. We make sure that the fans and the crowd understand that we're doing this with all due respect to Lynn. And
yeah, because I noticed like the first show you guys had his mom and his sisters
and family,
and
friends.
all the people from that time frame.
Absolutely.
Or as many as you could.
They're still family to us.
Oh yeah. And then I did read somewhere, hear somewhere, that the song "My Balls" is actually a kind of a shit-talking song.
Well,
in a sense, where if like you get on stage, like you get off stage and everybody's like, "Oh, great set," and then when you turn your back, they're like, "Oh, those guys fucking suck."
No, well, kind of, but that song actually came from before Snot was around. I had a crew of friends in Santa Barbara, like a little surfer crew, and when people would talk shit, I had a friend of mine, total Spicoli type guy. He used to always say, "My balls, your chin, dude." Right? And it was about people who talk shit about you, you know. And so we turned it into a song.
So it was kind of partially right about the...
Yeah.
Sure. I always took it like that as a fan, like this, for the haters, you know?
Yeah, it's for the haters.
Yeah.
My balls are chill.
I mean, it does kind of fit. You have anything to chime in over there, silent guy?
Nah, that's a pretty good explanation.
That's what yeah.
And then, obviously, Sonny, I saw the video, Sonny just had to leave the band because of personal reasons, and
that's not really personal reasons. It's just that it's so many years later. We're all adults now and older, and he's got a life to live, and
responsibilities.
Snot really doesn't fit into that where he's at right now.
Which is
and it's very understandable, and we wish him the best, and we love him like a brother. And
well, I mean, he was kind of one of the beginning people, so
absolutely, yeah.
And he got to relive the moments with you guys on stage, where that was kind of cool that all the original members from the CD did the first show again, minus Lynn, obviously.
Well, when we first put this together, it was kind of like, hey, let's do a few shows and see how it goes. And Sonny came at it like, yeah, let's do that. And then shows started selling out. We got a booking agent who's presenting all these opportunities, and we're starting to book more shows, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and he just stepped out before it
got overwhelming.
Yeah, it got a little overwhelming for him.
Well, that makes perfect sense, because I've been seeing like certain online sites are covering the news, and then you read all the comments, and it's like
you see some shitty comments, and
internet warriors are funny because they can't.
People, Sonny's our brother forever, and we wish him the best. Period.
And that's the best way to do it too, because there's no point in talking shit on it or animosity, because it doesn't.
Especially you've been friends with somebody for decades and decades.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Especially like doing tours and having to bail Lynn out of the place in Massachusetts.
Wait.
With the toilet bowl incident.
Oh yeah.
Where you guys had to deal with all those things.
Wow.
Which I know you've already covered a bunch on interviews.
They put him in a little jail and did the police report, and he told the police he was Dave Mustaine.
So did they go actually?
On the police report said Dave Mustaine. Then they let him go, and they found out later it wasn't Dave Mustaine. So.
The fact that he did it and got out of there, that's one of those where it's like, I'll take that extra charge. Yeah, I lied. It was worth it, though.
Mm-hmm. Fucking hilarious.
And then...
You fart.
Yeah. Totally.
And obviously, I like asking certain bands this, because obviously you guys have grown up with influences and different ones, and you've been able to, obviously, like the Ozfest where you did shows with Ozzy, like being able to meet your idols, has it been like, do you see them as those like your idols, or like once you meet them, become friends with them, do they become are they still on that idol phase, or do they become friends?
I think we've all had these experiences where we've met people that I guess you could call idolized, and it's been pretty cool to get to know, right? Like,
there's people we've met that, we grew up listening to their music, and then we go out on tour with said person. Next thing you know, like, that's a friend now. Like, and it's sort of, it feels normal.
Yeah.
Because you just realize that we are all just
right.
doing our thing and rocking and rolling, whatever. But
but
sometimes there's a little bit of just like, I just got a text from Ozzy. It's actually awesome. Holy shit.
I got invited to Ozzy's house for dinner once. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and touring with Pantera and just fucking broing down with those guys.
He became really tight with the Pantera guys.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Really.
And they just became friends. Like, that's all friends.
Yeah. And that's kind of the cool thing of being the outside guy looking in, asking bands that have done tours with this, like, you know, where do you see these guys? Because the outside guys, it's, you know, like Pantera's like legendary level, but it's like you guys, you might still see them as legendary, but they're still friends.
We had this discussion earlier about like, a lot of people we meet. There's a lot of rock. The reason people think that there is like a disconnect because there are people that are very insecure, and there's a lot of people that you meet and you realize that when they have nothing to prove, Pantera guys, Metallica dudes, they become more friendly because they don't have a chip on their shoulder of like, oh, you're the new band or you're you know what I mean? Like there are people out there like that you meet and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. But
there are some dicks out there.
For sure, there's all kinds of dicks. We're probably dicks.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's not what I've heard. A lot of people have said you guys are some of the nicest people they've ever met.
Oh,
so
well, thank you very much.
Money well spent.
that $15 on that that $15 on the Facebook ad helped out and paid off.
Yep.
But obviously you guys have the upcoming show with Soulfly, which
in Mexico City.
Which is cool because the Snot live album was done with Soulfly on their first tour.
At the Palace.
So there's
mad at us for doing that?
Maybe.
I don't think they were mad at us for doing that.
No, I don't think I was in Soulfly.
I hope they were mad at us for doing that.
Yeah.
For one or two albums?
Great.
2 albums.
Okay.
I recorded Primitive and 3 with Soulfly.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was
Ha! It's like reading stuff and paying attention actually pays off and putting that useless information in the back of the brain that it's like it'll never be used until you have to do things like this. And
yeah, man.
And you go, wait a minute, I'm armed with knowledge right now.
No, it's gonna be cool seeing them in Mexico. They're good friends, family.
I ended up seeing Soulfly obviously in Salina, Kansas, but they did like little segments of each song. It wasn't they did like the full song. So
yeah. They match. What do you call those? I forget what you call that, but yeah.
A mega medley.
Medley. That's it.
It was kind of a cool thing to see where it's like this song and you got a minute of this song and 45 seconds of this one, and it's you can hit all the classics and still be able to play more.
Sure.
Which is kind of cool. And then you guys have, I think there's a Florida show coming up, and that's the big festival where...
Welcome to Rockville,
where all the 90s bands are kind of converging for some reason.
Yeah, we're playing with Korn.
Marilyn Manson.
Who else?
Who else is on this?
Well, there's a lot of bands on there, but it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, somebody showed me the set or the lineup, and I'm just scrolling and scrolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be nutty. Seven Dust is on that.
Yeah.
Everybody's
on that. I want to say like Chevelle.
Did they get the whole straight up out, like the whole straight up thing on there, like all the bands on there?
Yeah, we can actually do a few songs.
That would be insane to see.
It won't happen.
Well,
no, I mean, I'd ask them, and they'd be like, "Yeah, no."
Just form the straight up, have all of them play the straight up set, and be like, all right, that's.
we actually are playing Starlit Eyes from the record Star on these shows.
First track of it, because that was with Surge.
We're playing Surge's version, but Andy's version of Surge's version.
So, are there any bands, Andy, that you're excited to meet? Because these guys have been around forever and have.
You know, it's crazy. Like when you get to meet your heroes, you know, it's you know, going back to what you were talking about earlier, you know, and when these these guys, like Jamie texted me the other day, and I was telling my wife, "Fuck, Jamie Miller just texted me right now," you know.
It's like you're in his band.
Look at the smile on his face.
Yeah.
It's ear to ear.
So it's to get to know these guys and get to jam with it. It's a dream come true, and it's an amazing thing. It feels like we're friends now. There's no.
Well, I'd hope so.
There's no I don't know, fanboy anything or anything.
That's worn off.
Yeah, and then getting to meet people at our shows and stuff like that that I looked up to in the past. You know, it's a trip, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's as crazy as I thought it would be when I was a kid, you know. As a grown man now, it's just kind of like, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Yeah, we're all doing the same thing here, you know. We're all playing music, so it's just.
We were hanging out with Shavo the other day.
Yeah, it's really cool to get those opportunities, you know. And they're normal people, you know.
Oh yeah, I found treating bands that are like touring bands. If you just talk to them like normal people and you don't have that fanboy or seem too crazy, then it goes a lot further than.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate your time. I'll let you guys rest because obviously you guys are exhausted from the show last night.
Little burnt. Yeah.